Hello guys and welcome back to Field of Glory Empires. Guys, where's Macedon? remember what used to be like the leader of legacy points, one of the strongest nations in the game? Where'd they go? I'll tell you where they went. The Antagonids bought them, but somehow bought all of them? I don't even know how this happened. I couldn't buy out my client state. Well, I guess I could have if I threw excessive amounts of money at them. Maybe that's what the Antigoners are doing with their excessive amounts of money they're getting from me buying stuff from them. It's so hard to tell the difference between Dacia and them. It's so... Oh my god, this is a client state of the Antigonids. Oh my god, they got all of Dacia as a fucking client state. Are you fucking serious? Jesus, that is a big client state. Dude. You know, they're disliking Rome less as time goes on, but I don't even know how Rome would fare. Rome has this as a client state. What's Rome fighting? The Belgae, Illyria. Yeah, nothing impressive. These two have to clash eventually. Like, it's gonna happen. You could say that about me and them. I'm getting quite powerful myself. Not through I don't really have, client states, though. I would love to get, Ethiopia as a client state. And you know what? It's not necessarily impossible. I could pay them right now to become my client state. They're big enough to be potentially useful as a client state, depending how you look at it. Wouldn't it be so funny to get the Marians as a client state? I can't afford that. That's too rich for my blood. But yeah, wouldn't that shit be funny? Man, that's probably how they got them. They probably just paid them to be a client state. Dude, you can get anything with money in this game. It's so funny. Most games stop you from doing this. It's crazy to see how much wealth and resources can shift the balance in this world without needing to go through a bunch of, I don't know, just wars in general. Other than a single scorched desert that's in my way right now, which one of you is doing this? You need to really consider not doing that. You really need to consider not doing what you're trying to do. Alright. I think we could get started on the war declaration. This would have to kind of be on pause, but that's fine. That's not really a problem. They hate me. Oh, well, actually, we can't. Not yet. Not till next turn anyway. So it still has to wait a turn no matter what. Alright, so, never mind on that, I suppose. What have I not built this turn? So a land expansion was done out here on the coast. Alright. We have 2 slots available then. What shall we build? I don't want a usurer. I don't want one. I guess a warehouse wouldn't be terrible. It could be better. It could do with being better. A shepherd house for food isn't awful. I could use some raw food stats and then just shift some guys over to infrastructure like this. Hell, even all of them, but yeah, I mean, we got a lot of stuff building in this region. Just shift everybody over. We'll build some new food. There's a lot of gymnasiums building, or stadiums, and they are gigantic and hard to build. Then we have an archery, wow, that's been built in Uruk, which is a capital. And now, what should I build next? I could build the monument to get some culture, also gives me some decadence, though. Not sure which one of these is better. I could go for raw resources, or just keep building up some military stuff. City Guard, as we know, is pretty useful. Or better yet, tar. Tar would increase the productivity of some nearby things. I'll build some tar. Yeah, let's do that. A farm's been built nearby that we can now build. One of 3 building slots remaining in Chaldea. I'm not sure what I want. I'm not sure. A warehouse would be neat. A street parlor would be great for culture and some money, I suppose. Not super necessary, but it would be neat. I could also go for some more food. We do have 3 slots. It's hard to say. There could also be a public bath. There's a lot of options here that I'm not really sure which one to go for. A lot of these options are actually just pretty good. I think I'll build this street parlor. Get a little bit more culture in the region. New population in Citizen. Looks good to me. Monument's been completed nearby. 1 building slot available. What do I want to spend this on? Ooh. This is an interesting mixture of things. I guess a wheel maker wouldn't be terrible. A farm also wouldn't be so terrible. I'll take the wheel maker. The wheel maker could be nice. And then over here we finished a clay pit. 1 slot is available for building. Wow, we have definitely enough infrastructure here. That much is certain. I could go for some health. That would help expansion. I've already built a street parlor somewhere else, but I think I'll build another one with my 1 available slot. Yeah, I'll build another one. Next to that, a public works has been built. We have no actual building slots being used here at all. So we could really use some food, some basics. Yeah, let's build a shepherd house then. City walls were built in Bersaria. What could I use? I could use quite a bit of things. I really could. A brickwork wouldn't be so bad. I think I'll take that brickwork. Where else? Smokehouse built in the desert in Saracena. I could build city walls. That would be nice. Yeah. Yeah, let's build some city walls. I'll take that. It's slotless. And nothing else can presently be built. I only have 1 stack over to the east at the moment. Kind of just defending that area, I suppose. There was this idea, but they've reclaimed enough of this that I think I just don't care. I'm still at war with Persia, technically. Let me offer a peace. Because Moria is just fighting them. I don't really need to do anything with that. With Moria, if I hand them 600 manpower, which is 100% of what I have right now, 10 or 130 metal, which is, you know, some, and a little, like 10% of my current money, this would take 2 turns to go through, mind you, then I could get these 2 locations, which would finish this province. I'd finally have this as a province, helping clean up my borders some more, which would be fantastic. So I think I'll do that trade. Clean up my border with another province. Finally having a province here. That would be great. I don't really see the need to buy anything else from them, really. And I don't care to really go any further north or anything. I don't have any objectives there to speak of that concern me. Ethiopia and Nubia have been fighting since the beginning of the game, and it's getting kind of crazy a little bit. I'd be so tempted to pay someone for a client state, but there's really no well-placed potential client states that I care to get. I'm pressed up against a bunch of superpowers and easy targets, or, you know, just an ally that's not anywhere useful at all. Like, a good client state would be a buffer. A good client state would be a buffer. I wonder if client states add to legacy. I'm not so sure. I don't think they do. The Antigonians have 213 points. They've only gone up like 10 points, but I've gone up like 40 in income. That's nice. And I don't even have my golden age. I don't know if that helps. I don't think it does. No, I don't think it does. Still, though, I think that's all we have for this turn. Let's go ahead and hit end turn. The peace treaty with Egypt has ended, and we've now entered a golden age again. I'm getting so much money, it's retarded. You need to go unify with him. So we can now declare war on Egypt. I'm going to do that so we could take some of these objectives. That's the main reason I actually want to do this war, is the objectives. I'm sure the actual Delta provinces are super built up and very useful as well, but what the hell? Abandoned local palace. Oh yes, because this was a capital. It's under pacification now. Alright, yeah, that is a smart thing to do. So I guess we progressed through. Good timing, so I get less decadence from the conquest. Large walls were built in Tokar. Ooh, man. Ooh, man. I don't usually see marble veins, so I kind of want one, but this is the only building slot. I'd rather have a harbor, but I'll prioritize the marble vein on this side. You know, not in the Mediterranean. We got a new population from healthcare. It says, always says healthcare. I could get a watchtower. That's slotless. Or a preserved food store. I want the preserved food store. Give me that. New population southeast of that in a capital, Amphila. I go over the barracks. It's just like an upgrade of the training ground. So it's not that important. But I go over the barracks. I've been ignoring military buildings almost this entire game, dude. Built a major harbor down here and got a population. So we have 2 building slots available. I'll build a crafter district at slot. Let's get a little bit of money income. We got an extra population on this island. Don't see that we've been putting away any more money. We shuffled the building options here. Yeah, I really wanted to shuffle them because they weren't anything that I cared about. Even these are not anything that I care about. It's just like staying the brickwork, for fuck's sake. I don't like these building options. These are not that good. All right, I'm going to build a street parlor here for culture purposes, and then I might just move everybody off of culture onto, like, food at this point to try to speed up growth. We have a lot of culture buildings here anyway. It's just they're going to be seemingly pretty unhappy by being there, but that should be fine because we're getting more culture, which means more loyalty. That barely affected growth or food, like, at all. Wow, look at this. Oh my good gosh. What if I just put everybody on food? Well, that still barely helps. That still barely helps. The money income of this region is not very high. But I don't know what else to do with them. We have more than enough just passive infrastructure at this point. The culture's not really very necessary. I need food. The M4 just consumes food. So, let's build a street parlor and then just have literally everybody on food. I don't see what else could be useful there. Courthouse was built to the east of that. And what else do we want to build with our current slot? I could build another street parlor. That's more culture. Do I need more culture? Not really. But I could do it. I think I'll take the gymnasium instead. That sounds like a plan. Northwest of that, we got a new population out in the desert. I could build city walls. It's better than a palisade. Sure, give me a city wall. Move one guy to infrastructure. Extra population next to that as well. We don't have the opportunity for a city wall here, but we could go for a wheel maker or a physician. I'll go for the wheel maker, and that should allow me to move a guy up to food. Yeah. Got another pop next to that, opening up a slot. A lot of pop growth. A lot of pop growth happening. Preserved food store sounds amazing. Give me that. Southwest of that, we got a wax workshop, but nothing else to build. City. Wait, what? What was this? City walls built nearby there. This is a capital. I could build a military building here. Sure, stables, and that adds some infrastructure as well. I suppose that's decent. Growth in one turn still anyway. I'll move one guy to food because the stables will add some infrastructure. Got an extra population in the Sinai. Looks good to me. We formed this province. The capital went here? No. Where'd it go? It went into Judea. That's fitting. That's definitely fitting. Yeah. There's a slave market here. Oh, and we can build stuff all of a sudden. Maybe we could already do that and I just didn't notice. We don't really need this slave market here. I mean, we definitely don't. I built a training ground. This is a capital. We do have large walls and a siege workshop. Holy shit. I'd love to preserve food store, but let me get a training ground, given that this is a capital. Anyway, I'll get rid of the slave market. We don't need any more slaves here. Free up some stuff. Cult site built to the northeast of there. There's only one slot available. What else do we want? An aqueduct would be pretty nice. It's funny how some places can have these and others can't. Probably because this is a plain and not a desert. An aqueduct might not do well in a desert. It's funny. It's like exactly where you would maybe want an aqueduct, but it's like the least plausible place to put it, I suppose. We could use all kinds of things, but I think I might build a charcoal pile. We have local lumber, so let's get a little bit of infrastructure and some money. Pleasure Mansion was built here on the coast where I have a bunch of other buildings. Hey, a major harbor. I was going to build something to this tune anyway, but yeah, sure, major harbor. I could really use more infrastructure here. Let's move some guys down. Not that many, just this many. To the east, we have built a public works and got a new population. This looks good to me. I need some food. Let's build a stud. That looks good. Oh, my map. What the hell? There's a new pop, and we completed a temple over here on this border, and this border might be doing better here shortly. A lot of good options. I could use some loyalty here. We could kind of get that from some culture from the Preceptor House. We have plenty of infrastructure. Decadence reduction would be nice. Yeah, let's get the Preceptor House. We have 2 slots available. Anything else? No, that's it for this turn. We're still waiting to hear back about that deal with Maria, but we know they're going to accept it. So we'll just wait for that to go through. And then that should hopefully be fine. And in next turn, we're going to be at war with Egypt. Now that this border is kind of secure, we probably have peace. I think I will send the Arabia Orientalis army westwards. See, look how good this road network is. It gets us so far so fast. This is why we just need regional roads at least, right? Everywhere. There's like 1 or 2 places somewhere, like right here, where we actually have a paved road, which is probably even better. Cannot be built in alpine terrain. I see. Still, we just need roads. It's a new turn. Maria accepted the treaty. I've stopped speaking through end turns and just skipping over it, because it's starting to take so long to get through them that it's too much. Signed a peace treaty with Persia. Bellicose Saba nation declared war on Egypt. Yeah, that's just flavor text. Receive extra troops, we don't need it. Antigonids is happy that I declared war on them, but we don't have a full alliance, so they're not joining me. Ethiopia's already at war with them, though. And now we can go on the attack, I suppose. I assume the Egyptians are busy with their other war? They're in a couple. Yeah, Ethiopia, the usurper, and now me. I'm sure the usurper is a bit of an annoyance for them anyway. Okay, so Egypt is superior. They have something that I need here, so you will go take that. That's going to have to be a siege, but hey. How shall we do this? This seems to be their main army. It's just chilling right here. We need to attack from where we can, so you will go there. There's no walls to defend it. There are walls to defend this one, but we'll head in that way because we border it. This looks more risky. They got a lot of armored hoplites. I don't necessarily know if I want to attack them. Are you guys like notably different on attack or defense? Not really, but this guy's much better on the defense. He might go and attack somebody else if I don't just attack him, but the chances are we wouldn't have to deal with any defenders in that case. So I might just stay still on the left here and then just proceed after what we can get. I don't know. We might go for a pretty hefty conquest, like right up the Nile. Not, even taking Alexandria, even if it's not an objective. Hell, they have a shipyard here allowing for heavy warships. That would be great. Expensive, but great for building a high-end navy. So we've liberated this from Maria, they say. They're building a furnace. I don't necessarily want that if you don't even have a public works. So build a public works instead. I could change this, especially, we can make the province now. I could change this. Put 1 guy on culture, I suppose. You could maybe use more, or like you could use less, even. I want more on food. That's the main thing. I'll put these guys on food. We could definitely lay off the infrastructure here, so let's get some more on food. I don't know how much I want. Let's say that much, because it's about to be a whole province anyway. We also took this over. Definitely need to fix this up. This needs to be fixed up. Oh, yes, it does. What are we building? Sanitation. We have several slots. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't know if it's really the best, but I am fine with it. It's functional, at the very least. I'll move one more thing over. Ethiopia conquered the seat of Nubia. They almost conquered Nubia earlier, but they failed, and now they're getting their asses beat. Because of course they are. So, nothing special in the capital. There is population growth set to happen there. We got a street parlor next to that built. 1 slot is available. A royal court. It's a national wonder. Why do these keep popping up here? Dorine is becoming a very valuable location, filled with a ton of national wonders. More decadence reduction. Legacy increase. Faction-wide loyalty. Extra capital allowed. +1. This is becoming a very important location, dude. I might designate that as another capital, but I don't have a choice where that pops up. This takes only 1 turn. Well, actually, Land reclamation. I'm going to have to ignore that for right now, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to have to ignore that. There's much better things to get. Meaning a land reclamation. That's not technically better, but having more space to build when we don't have growth for the next 20 turns would be pretty nice. Wheelmaker was built out here. We got a new population, unlocking more building slots. This looks nice. Preserved food store would be incredible. I'll build a preserved food store. In the Sinai, we built a public works. That's handy. I would love a wall on the border now that we're at war. Yes, please. Next to that, we built a salt house. Anchorage would be not so bad. Let's build an anchorage. Sure, why not? Although we could use some more basics. Just in general. Like maybe a ranch. Ooh, that's a tough one, but I think I'll go for the ranch. Move a guy down to infrastructure. They're not very productive at that task, honestly. The ranch will help. I'll move some guys down to infrastructure, though. Land expansion was finished next to that. 2 slots available. Ooh, Anchorage or Regional Road. I'm going to have to go with the Regional Road. New population next to that. Opens up a slot. Major Harbor. We only have 1 slot available. I think I'll take a Major Harbor. Next to that, we got a new population and a training ground in Judea. I could already upgrade that to a barracks pretty quickly. I mean, that seems fine to me. Or we could get a quarry and get a lot of infrastructure bonus by having stone in the region. That sounds useful. That's a lot of infrastructure. I'll take that. Next to that, we built a harbor. We have 2 building slots available. I could use some more metal potentially, so a furnace wouldn't be too bad. In Galilea? Yeah. And it gives some money. Sure, why not? We got a brickwork built just next to that. We have a lot of building slots here. I'll take the palisade. It's always nice to have some kind of walls defending you. New population in Phoenicia. Slave market disassembled here. Good. Shepherd house is built out in the desert where we have many building slots. I'm going to build a stud next because we still need more stuff here. Whoa. And I'll move 1 guy down to infrastructure because we're going to get more food there naturally. Anyway, street parlor built next to that. Can't build anything else. New pop and street parlor. 3 building slots available in Chaldea. What do we want to build in Chaldea then? A physician's house looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I'll take the physician's house. Hell yeah. To east of that in Elam, we have a new population. I'll take the preserved food store. What the hell is that? A mill. I'll still take the preserved food store. Then we have an irrigation system built to the north. Plenty of building slots. A national wonder. The Master Fletcher. Reflex bows. Bonus XP. It's a national wonder. Adds culture. Well, I mean, that's not like super amazing. The most effective place to put this would be on the capital. The thing is, your units seem to train and gain XP anyway, and they lose it when you replace them with generals anyway, so this doesn't really matter. I do wonder why it calls the reflex bows a custom effect. It feels like they didn't fill in some important tooltips or something. But some culture sounds nice. I think I might just build this here because it came up here. It's not a big deal where it goes, unless it gets, like, taken over, and then I need to build another one. Where is this again? And that is kind of on a border. Maybe that isn't the best place to put such a thing. Yeah, maybe it's not. I don't see anything super important I get from it otherwise. Alright, so we'll just leave it alone. We'll leave that alone, and we'll go for something else. Maybe a ranch, maybe a preceptor house. I guess I could use either or. Or the wash house. Oh my god, 34% health. I thought that said 54. I was like, how did we get that much? Let me build a ranch. Let me just build a ranch. It's quite incredible that we don't already have a ranch here. Brickwork done. Solid walls. Dude, I think that took forever. Don't quote me on that, but I think that took forever. We could have a watchtower here. That wouldn't be so terrible. This is a capital. More military buildings. Sure, why not? We only have 1 slot. Nice fucking road. I love seeing that. But we built a shepherd house here. And we could build a school. It's slotless. Decadence reduction. Sure, why not? Is there anywhere else? Yes, a school has been built just next door to that. And what do we want here now? That's not a very good deal. Because we're missing stone. There just isn't stone here right now at all. This doesn't seem the most useful. Some food would be nice. A shepherd house is one of the best things I can do in regard to that. Or I could go for the physician's house. I don't know. I think I'll go for the physician's house. Takes longer to build though, but it's okay. Anywhere else? No, that's everywhere for this turn that we can build. We have all of our attack orders out, so let's go on the attack. Damn, I like actually how the Antagonids started getting everything of theirs lost in the north, but now they own Dacia, so that's just opening them up to plow into Saramatia. The map is starting to run out of room that doesn't belong to a bunch of gigantic empires. And we're not even halfway through the turns. And the Antagonids are still getting ahead on legacy, but we're catching up to them in production. I wonder how this will all affect the game moving forward. Alright, so we have our first battle with Egypt over Klisma, which doesn't have any walls. It is an arid hill, but the region's called Troglodytes. What a funny name. That was... oh my god, large siege engines are defending. I guess those did some damage in the skirmish phase. That's probably their point. It's funny to see these not be... just being out in a field like this. I wish I could bring stuff like this with me for the siege value. Maybe some other nation can. Maybe Saba just can't. We're doing pretty well as Saba, though, if I do say so myself. Now we have another battle here. And that Egyptian army stack did come here, so we have to fight them. Alright, this is going to be a big battle, but we have the advantage. We have the advantage. Let us use it. Interesting the way the skirmishers and archers split up, but... yeah, I see why these guys fire from back here. I guess it's because they have the range? I don't know. I don't know if that's like considerably good or bad, but price-wise we do need to rely on them. We're doing very well on the front. We haven't lost anybody. Some of our rolls haven't gone perfectly well, especially against their frontline infantry. Oh no. Okay, just don't die. We're killing enough thanks to all of our amazing support and range damage. Yeah, that we can get the pursuit, which should hopefully result in not having to fight again. Maybe they run away. No, they're just going to fight us again. Alright, well, good luck to us. Our ranged phase was amazing. So hopefully they're injured enough that we could just kick ass. And at least, you know, I just don't want anyone to die. I don't want anyone to die. That's the main thing. It doesn't seem like anyone's gonna die. And we're just starting to slaughter them. I guess I shouldn't be surprised they came down here. But that means our other unit to the west is now free to go attack somewhere. That was kind of narrow margins. You're dead. And now kill a hoplite in the rear. Another skirmisher in the rear. And a skirmisher in the rear. And that's a pursuit. And now the stack's basically almost entirely dead. You gotta run now. Yeah, they ran. They ran. What a surprise after all of that. Looks like the other army has arrived at its location, but all of the enemies went into the relevant city. I can support science, develop productivity. Well, I have a ton of money before I put it into agriculture. And honestly, I think I still just want it into agriculture. I don't see what, why I would want anything else. That and culture are the most important things, but really agriculture is the most important. Hey, freedmen laws, I'll take that, especially now. I almost never get these. The AI seems to get it way more than me. We've conquered this location, which is great. What a weird setup this is. Let's try to fix that to be self-sustaining for now. It could build something, not sure what I really want. Nothing's going to build in this time frame, mind you. But I suppose just a normal food building, a shepherd house, wouldn't be too bad. And in Uxia, we got rid of a local palace. Nice. Well, I'm out of time for this episode, so we're going to end this here. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.